if we do business with Vince Russo, if we have Vince Russo on our show, what are the marks going to say, man? The marks might stop watching our show because they hate Vince. That's exactly what it is, bro. Like, exactly. And it's comical.
What's going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Wrestling Outlaws. I am here with two former world champions and one current world champion. You guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. The former world champion is Vince Russo. The current world champion is NWA. Oh, he's about to go get his 10 pounds of gold, ladies and gentlemen. His 10 pounds of gold. You know, I remember they did the series 10 pounds of gold, man. They featured Tim Storm.
Yeah.
They should do another 10 pounds of gold featuring EC3, man. Another series. Oh, there it is, draped over his shoulder, ladies and gentlemen. Such a beautiful belt, man. I'm a big fan of the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, man. Vince, you when you were in TNA, the first few years in TNA, they had the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, they did, bro. Now that you mention it, they did. Yeah.
Because it was NWA TNA.
Yeah,
so,
yes, it was. Yeah.
And TNA broke away and became its own entity, man.
Yeah.
So, were you there when they became independent?
Oh yeah, bro. I was there from the second show on.
Yeah. With Sports Entertainment Extreme, I remember that.
And it was real nice to get a nixed from the 1000 show, bro. It was very nice. Very nice of them to wipe all memory of Vince Russo's 10 years with the company. Very, very nice, very special.
Why do you think you didn't get any the presence that you made in early TNA that was very pivotal to the company? How come you think you didn't get any love?
I'll tell you exactly why. Me and EC3 talked a little bit about this. I'll tell you exactly why, bro. It's the old if we do business with Vince Russo, if we have Vince Russo on our show, what are the marks going to say, man? The marks might stop watching our show because they hate Vince. That's exactly what it is, bro. Like, exactly. And it's comical. The way they let the tail wag the dog is freaking comical to me, bro.
But the same marks watched TNA, though, when you were there. So how, like, that doesn't make any logical sense to me as far as just, I mean, I understand how, because somehow, you know, Vince Russo is, such a toxic figure.
Oh yeah, I was 2 million people toxics.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me because when you were there, they had the highest numbers.
Yeah,
but if you come back for just a 1,000th episode, that's going to cause a fraction of the people that watches now to not watch again, to not watch anymore. Yeah. That's really interesting. I think that
I thought he died for a minute.
You thought he died for
holy shit! Wait a minute. Hold on, bro.
Vince, if you were invited to, and granted, you know, I'm cool with some people in TNA, and if you were invited to be a part of TNA's 1,000th episode, what type of mark would you have made if you were there?
I see, bro. This is what they don't understand. If they're paying me, and EC3 understands this, if they're paying me, bro, I'm going to do whatever I can to get them over. Mm-hmm. Whatever they want me to do, whatever I can say to put over the new era, whatever. If they're paying me, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be here, and you guys can use me any which way you want to help get the current product over.
Indeed. So. EC3, did you get any contact to be on the show, 1,000th episode? No, you did not. No. Does Corrigan have any interest of working with TNA as far as
Billy would do anything that would help the brand identity and building out the brand and
Okay.
relating with things. As far as Impact, I have no idea. But no, I didn't get contact, despite being the only person who went undefeated for 2+ years, have 2 world titles, and be the sweet, sweet nephew of one of the former owners, But I'm sure it was a really good show that I'll never watch because I never watch any shows.
It's that click, Chris. It's also it's that clicky thing, which I hate about professional wrestling because, bro, it's like the beautiful people are there. Awesome Kong is there. Gail Kim is there. It's like, okay, yeah, like I had nothing to do with any of these, but it's like, you know what, bro? Like, okay, that's fine,
Yeah, well, that's cliquish, to you, and you're a free agent. You're not even signed with anybody. If you're in the WWE, it would be another thing. You're just Vince Russo, making podcasts, man. Hey, give me a call. I'll be available. Just pay me well, and I'll put someone over, man. Yeah. I'll even be in another match. Would you have been in another match if they paid you, Vince?
As long as I would have went over,
of course.
Keep my record intact.
Keep your record intact, ladies and gentlemen. I have a new name for Vince Russo, EC3. I call him the Hall of Fame Killer. That's his new gimmick. Since he's beaten Ric Flair and Booker T, and he just beats Hall of Famers for fun.
Non-stop Hall of Fame Killer. I like it.
Yeah. He is the Hall of Fame Killer, Vince Russo. Yes, indeed. Let's talk about shooting from the hip. Let's talk about Fox unlikely to renew their contract with WWE. They've put together some numbers, but it still stays in the low 2s. It's not giving them astronomical numbers that Fox is so used to, especially with Fox hosting college football, and college football just blowing any sport out the water when it comes to Fox television. And right now, the top contenders are Disney and Amazon. Vince Russo, will we see a Mickey Mouse versus Sami Zayn match finally happen since we saw Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville before?
Bro, listen, man. I was saying this all along, Chris, when I would watch football on Fox like everybody else.
Yeah.
Bro, they were getting so much promotion, man.
Oh, yeah.
During the NFL, during every single game. And man, bro, they were getting that kind of promotion and still not doing the numbers that Fox wanted. That's why, like, I just can't understand. If I'm a Disney, or what's the other company? Amazon. I got to be looking at that. I got to be looking at Fox invested millions and billions of dollars. We're promoting it during football games that 15, 20 million people were watching, and they could not get the audience they were looking for. And now I'm going to come along and I'm going to invest my money.
You think that the streaming platform would make a difference when it comes to?
I think it'll make a difference to the WWE, bro, because the ratings will go away, and that's really the only negative thing they have to deal with.
Yeah,
that's the only thing, bro. If if the ratings went away, they're smooth sailing for them.
So streaming is the way to go when it comes to their business model.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, yeah.
What do you think, Ace?
Would they put out as much content if it was streaming? Like, would we need a 3-hour Raw, or would they kind of condense the show so they're at least tolerable? Or because there's more content and it doesn't matter what the ratings are, would they put even more out there that dilutes it?
That's actually a fair point, because the third hour is for the ad revenue, for USA. So, if they won't need. I mean, they will still get ad revenue even with the streaming services, because even streaming they do advertisements, so they will still get revenue there. So I guess it makes sense to still probably keep the third hour from a business standpoint.
I remember the first SmackDown. I think we were all there. They flew everybody out like it's a pay-per-view. Don't use anybody. I think it's in Vegas, and it was a successful show. First show, I think it had Kofi and Brock in the main event, but next day the number was pretty good, but it was not what they were looking for. It was a good number, but then of course here comes the blast. We're like, record-shattering number. We're so happy, all the PR stuff. This is great, off to the races. And then by the second to third week, I remember the inside scuttlebutt. Oh, Fox is pissed, because now we're at 2.5. Fox is never going to keep this. Well, they have to. They signed for 5 years.
Yeah.
It was pretty much 5-year leeway of these. WWE can do whatever the hell it wanted.
Yeah.
All the way through, and then now as the time is ticking, they can strategize what's the best model for the business and move forward and sucker somebody else in.